Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Speedgaming here. We've got ourselves another match of the Speedgaming Live 2025 Online Zelda 2 Randomizer Tournament here. We've got ourselves Winners Finals. This is BKPKT Patrick versus MiRai. I'm Star, and joining me on comms this time is Nightcrawler. How are you doing?
It's a great day for relaxing and enjoying some nice speed running. So can't ask for any more.
Yep, should be fun here. So for those just joining us here, we just came off another match earlier tonight between Trails and and Jay Cooper. Great match. Won't spoil it if people want to watch it back. But this should be fun. No, there's always some viewers in the SG chat who haven't seen us before, so if you have questions about the randomizer, how it works, feel free to ask. Really short version is we need to beat 6 gems and go to GP. Long version is we'll find out. Fire is in New Kasuto today. We do start with the Candle, Cross, and the Fire spell in these flags. And it looks like we have a Dried Canyon West immediate trophy cave.
Yes, indeed. Mo is not going to stand any chance against these racers, especially since they start out with the Candle and the Cross. So I should put them in real quick.
And a medicine, basically, because that's right next to Star.
Perfect.
Got a Hammerblock Cave facing south to the west of Star, as well as a pass-through MP1 is on the west today. Magic Shard on the Stonehenge, very nice.
Looks like Patrick isn't heading in that direction yet.
Nope, I was going to say, we have immediate divergence between our runners, MiRai heading north, Patrick heading south. Looks like we seem to have started in approximately kind of the middle of this canyon, so we've got land to the north and south. Life in Ruta, yeah, we don't really care about that.
Yeah, 3 heart containers is a little bit rough, but, you know, these racers are probably not going to bother.
No. I mean, we're winners finals. It's the... Both have been champion. Both have won tournaments before. They are not going to spend time on that.
100%.
They will, however, pick up that heart container right there from MiRai.
Yes. Yeah, the difference between 3 and 4 heart containers is quite a bit of comfort. You're always pretty nervous, you know. You get hit once when you have 3 heart containers, and you're already kind of on beep strats, but with 4, you have a lot more room to work with. Nice to see y'all in.
Cave here for MiRai. P-bags are not randomized in these settings, so they have an opportunity to get some early levels. And we do have another random item for MiRai.
Yeah, it is a pretty cool flag set, you know. Being guaranteed the P-bags here lets you use some strategy. You know, full randomization of everything, it's kind of interesting, but it does take away your ability to plan before you get in some place, so having some things that are less randomized than others is always interesting.
And there's that trophy for Patrick. One thing I was going to say is that while they won't go out of their way to go grab the trophy hint, if they got an early trophy, they might choose to get life, so we might see Patrick do that here. We don't really need life spell here on the west since it's a since it's a Dried Canyon West. We do have a River Canyon DM though, which is something we might be thinking about later.
I believe that was either Parappa or Fairy Cave there.
Yep, Spell in Mito and Thunder in Rauru. We won't bother getting the medicine hint, again, might not need it, but we do want the Thunder Spell.
Yeah, a little hard to win without that.
Just a bit. So, for those not familiar with the randomizer, evidently we have map rando on. The vanilla Zelda 2 map is extremely linear and really doesn't have a whole lot of replay value after you play it about 10 or 15 times an item rando, honestly, so we randomize it. There are different themes to the map randomizer known as biomes, so in this case we've got Dried Canyon West and a River Canyon Death Mountain. We'll see what East looks like later. Magic spells are randomized, level costs are randomized. Also got a cave here to DM, which takes us to the southern end of the eastern coast, it looks like. We are going to leave that for later.
Experience from enemies right now is either they're vanilla experience values or 1 step higher.
Yep, we do use slightly modified standard flags, so a modified version of this flags we tend to use for our standard tournaments for SGL, just to have it be a little bit more consistent, shorten times a little bit, since we do all run on a tighter time frame for SGL as we find P4. And then we'll also have, once we get a look in our palaces proper, we will have room randomizer as well, so the palace layouts are random too. Palace 5 is our final palace on the west.
I think I missed Patrick picking up the trophy on the tracker, so I think he'd been in that room before, so I just put him on.
Probably, though I'm not completely sure.
Oh, P1. That's nice.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit earlier south, just west of, pretty much straight west of start.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was one of the first locations where I found.
Yep, yeah, Patrick heading kind of checking out the northern end of the map now, MiRai, because he went south immediately and MiRai went north initially.
MiRai is going through Jump Cave right now. He doesn't have jump, does he?
It's actually DM.
Oh, yeah. The funny looking Jump Cave, huh? No. Alright, Medicine Cave on Patrick's side.
Seen this yet between our runners? This should be our last item on the west. But MiRai taking a really look at River Canyon DM, hoping to find something to give him an advantage over Patrick here.
Oh, hard. Did MiRai find that one earlier? I thought it was a different one.
I got it mixed.
Okay.
He might have, I'm not sure, but they are both at 4 hearts now.
Yeah. I guess MiRai being forced out of Death Mountain for now.
Looks like it, yeah. I mean, I think he might have been able to take some more pass-throughs, but the thing is, without any items up, sorry, without boots, it's kind of not appealing to dig too far. I missed the item the spell out of Sario.
Well, fortunately, I believe Patrick doesn't have community hints on, so we'll find out in just a moment.
Spell signs still tell us that. Town signs still give us spell info, Nightcrawler, but otherwise NPCs don't give hints in these flags.
No, I'm saying when he picks it up.
Oh, right.
Alright, so spell for MiRai, and Reflect for Patrick.
We do see here a raft tile on the far northern end of the west, which is going to be our way to the east. In these flags, you are guaranteed to have 3 connectors on the west, 2 to DM, 1 to the east, and then 1 connector between the east and the maze. And we need a raft, then, to get to the east, which, where is that? I'm thinking it might be on DM. We don't have Ferry, we don't have the Any key. We know we have all of the items on the... We know we have all towns on the west, so Ferry is not on the west. And we only have 1 overworld item left on the west, so I'm thinking that we might have to dig this DM, and it might not be boots blocked, just a really terrible DM to dig for that hammer cave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MiRai trying to get another level right there, but being forced out because it would have been pretty hard to approach those 2 red dyers. Oh, Patrick picking up life.
I think he knows that he has to likely dig DM here, so this makes sense. I think this hammer block cave, by the way, is our last item on the west. Quite possibly, so that might be a problem.
Yeah, the funny thing about the Saria town here is it appears on both sides of like a body of water, but since the canyon is dry, it just looks like there's 2 separate towns, like just slightly apart from each other. But that's because there once was water there.
Yep, the river just dried up.
It's a sad thing.
And this is Patrick heading into this Death Mountain now from the southern side. MiRai, from what I can remember, wasn't paying the most attention to him on DM earlier. But from what I can remember, MiRai only saw the eastern side. We haven't been over to the western side of this map yet. There should likely be a passer cave somewhere that gets us from one coast to the other. Or this bridge. That'll do it too.
Oh, and it's a canyon DM, huh?
Yep, River Canyon DM.
I think we know where there's still some water. The townsfolk should move here.
But then you'd have to go through these caves to get anywhere else.
Ah, maybe that's where all the bridges come from. Maybe the townsfolk start putting up bridges.
Maybe. Is MiRai also going to pick up life here as we see Speck Rock on Patrick's side down... That's a slightly stupid spot. You have to take a west-facing pasture cave to get to that Speck Rock because it's tucked away in a corner there you can't get to otherwise.
I like it, personally.
Not that we're going to bother, because right now we don't have a hammer and we are looking for a hammer cave, which I think might be in the northwest here, based on what we've seen between our runners.
Well,
it has to be accessible, and it should be either the hammer, any key, or boots, because those... Or hammer, any key, or raft, sorry, are the things we could find out of here that would be our progression.
So do you think it's gonna be in the northern part of the map? Oh, what are you?
Northern side of the west, northern part of the western side, yes. I think there were one or two passer caves heading northward on the western side that could get us there, and that's the main area neither runner has checked yet.
Interesting. Yeah, ugh. That's not getting them anywhere, unfortunately. Poor Patrick. But there's an elevator here. Maybe not.
Yeah, trying to get around here, I don't think that cave really helped very much. Unfortunately, with River Canyon DMs like this where you don't have boots, it turns into a bit of a cave roulette where you're just hoping you get the right cave.
Yeah, back in the day, it was literally, there was no order to anything. So it's better than that, at least.
Yeah, we don't have Vanilla Shuffle as an option in these flags, thankfully. But there can still be a definite level of troll, as while caves do point in the direction they lead, you can only see so far, especially because they might go to the other side of the river. Oh, there's Hammer Cave.
What a naughty Hammer Cave. It's kind of, sort of looking like it leads to a different cave, but not quite. Yep, Reactor, that was the dinner bell. We are having red aches for dinner. Hope you like bats. I guess you wait till they transform into giant demons before you eat them. I wonder what it's gonna be. I'm kind of betting on boots. No, maybe
boots.
raft.
It's any key, hammer, or raft.
I'm gonna say raft.
I'm going to vote hammer for the laughs.
That would be great. I would adore that.
Because that will open up Speck Rock and the last item on the west, but nope, it's a raft, so... Yeah, let's not be out of here.
It's too bad. Alright, quest complete. Now on to the next quest. Time to head to a new world. Oh, what a nice little peninsula they got there.
It is a very funny star screen. Very in old Kasuto.
That's depressing. You land on a new continent and the first thing you see is a destroyed town. But it's got ferry.
That costs 114 at Magic 1. Ouch.
I think we gotta start leveling magic.
So do I, especially because, well, let's see what the rest of this... Let's see if we can... how far we can get on this east, because there is a lot of water here.
Yeah, we might end up finding... Oh, we know there's a pea bag in there, and he doesn't want any of that yet.
Nope, gonna leave that for later. I mean,
it would be a good
Fairy
opportunity.
Is pretty typical just to start off with. It's not that unusual.
A 500 point pea bag would be pretty nice for leveling up magic, though.
Fire, which we started with, and we don't have the spell for New Kasuto or 7 magic jars because that's fixed in these flags, so we're leaving. And Shield in the Brew means that
we're gonna get it. It's quite useful, especially in GP. Not required though, but it's a pretty quick pickup.
And that means the Runia is going to be our last spell. Is going to be jump.
Which I'm sure they're going to get that too. And I think, it's pretty close in terms of overworld. We saw it right from, relative to Naburu, pretty close. So, actually, that's going to make the rest of the, continent a little dangerous. There's not really going to be anywhere to heal up. I guess you can up and 8 palaces.
Yeah, that depends on where the palaces are. It looks like we have a vanilla lake. Vanilla. Sorry, not vanilla lake. This is a Caldera map. It looks like.
All right. Well, we know that Durania is going to have jump, but I suppose he wants to be able to cast Fairy before he goes in there, so that he can get down stab while he's in there, checking the location of the child.
Yeah, I'd assume so, because otherwise that is kind of a trick just for the information for a skill he doesn't hard require necessarily.
Yeah, I think he is going to get the spell, but he wants to make his trip as productive as possible.
And here's him taking magic levels. Fairy is now 43. Castable.
Oh my gosh! Less than half? In
That's
one level?
1/3 the price, yeah. Very nice.
Alright, and here is MiRai's raft. Oh, I didn't mark it. There we go. Alright, Santa Fairy. Fairy Claws. Getting the down stab.
And right now on the east... And right now on the east, a couple minutes behind, but not a big deal here. Got a lot of game left to go. And down stab and up stab are swapped in these flags, so Patrick picking up his down stab. Fairy pickup from MiRai.
Yep, and now we're checking the hint. And Patrick is up and A-ing. I guess he wants to do the palaces on the west continent first. And pick up upstab.
Yeah, our western continents are P1, P4, both of which are very beatable and usually pretty short, and P5, which is a little less short, but hey, we might have a glove in one of them. And if Patrick is able to just clear all 3 western palaces, he never has to come back here, which would be really nice. Because this east looks to be a volcano, which means that, and I think we've seen most of the northern side. It looks like our 2 remaining palaces, aside from the volcano palace, of course, and our connector to the maze are going to be somewhere on the southern side of the east, which means that we'd rather not have to make another trip back there, so...
Yeah.
Patrick is trying to be efficient if possible, so he's really hoping he can clear palaces 1, 2, and 5 either gloveless, or he finds the glove in one of them, and then just gets out of here for good.
Yeah, that's the hope. It's going to be interesting to see if MiRai does that too, or if he's going to keep on looking around. I mean, with the P-Bags guaranteed to be P-Bags flag, there's less of a reason to explore the eastern continent. Because there's less chance of glove being found somewhere there. And one of the overworld locations requires the boots, which they don't have. So fishing, yeah, fishing for blah blah blah. Fishing for items out of the palaces is smart at this point. And Spell opens up another item location possibility on the east, but I don't think Patrick's going there yet.
No, and I don't blame him at all there. We do know as well that Three-Eyed Rock and Nukasuda... We haven't seen Three-Eyed Rock or the Nukasuda Forest Tile yet, but those could be locking our remaining 2 palaces on the east. And we don't have either the hammer or that flute for those.
Go east to find the child. I mean, there's an uncomfortably large possibility that the child was abducted from someone from Nukasudo, or let's just say he got distracted while playing at his friend's house. Maybe that's what it was. Right. Using fairy to prevent the knockback and what would surely have been a death. We're going back to get that key though.
Yeah, for sure. Fairy being 43 is kind of a pain here. Magic 2 means that we can only cast it once per life on 5 bars, so...
Oh, the lag.
Lag Central! Yep, for Patrick.
Not picking up a magic spell here, because we're gonna get more out of this this gem.
Yeah, P1's pretty small. He's got a level. He's got a key. I wouldn't necessarily prioritize that just yet.
If everything goes right for him, he might get like attack 3 before encountering the boss, and then get attack 4 afterwards. But it's a small palace, so I think he might still end up with just 1 level anyway.
Let's see here. The other thing to note too, as far as getting magic levels to drop fairies, 43 is actually really cheap for fairy magic 2. It might be a while before that drops again.
Oh,
there's
the
a plunger
plunger.
MiRai on the desert tile on the east.
Yep, and so we are seeing a divergence here. Yeah, Mirai's going to continue to check in the east. Okay, no, he's done. Well, so we know that is actually a bit of a good call by Patrick to explore the palaces and get other western town items and abilities first before exploring the east, because that flute is only going to matter when you're exploring the east. It's not going to matter anywhere else.
And that's also because of the non-shuffled item cave, P-back caves. That's also the only item accessible on the east effectively, so if we know we likely need a hammer and, well, that flute for Eastern Palaces, Thread Rock, and the old Nukasuda tile. We'd like a glove, but they will not be immediately found on the east, so you might as well just go back west and clear out your palace and hope you find some progression while you're in them.
So, like I predicted, he was only able to get 1 level with that level strat out of P1, but you gotta go fast. You don't have time to go look for more enemies. You'd have to, go back several rooms to get, like, the 150 or so experience that he would have needed. But now he's back in looking for the item. I wonder if Mirai's going to find the item or the boss. I wasn't keeping track of the directions that Patrick was going in when he was in P1.
I am not certain either. My sense of direction. I think they're both in the same. They're both in the same room right now. So I think this should lead to the item. So MiRai will find the item first, and then the boss.
Which will actually mean that he's going to have more opportunities to gain more experience out of this palace. Because Patrick skipped that magic level again, and I don't think he's going to get up to 800 before he gets to the item. So, he's going to have to up an A from the item room. Oh! P-bag. He might get there. Although he keeps getting his experience strain.
Two, that'll help. 70 points here. Yeah, he might make it, although it'll be tight.
This is a rude room, man. And then these bubbles are draining his experience.
Oh yeah, that is not helping at all. There we go.
There is a ferry up there. He's thinking about going to get it, but I guess he's not going to.
Ultimately, he'd like the experience, but he can only go so far.
He might not make another 170 experience. And it might be because he got hit by those bubbles like 3 times. Dang, that sucks. I mean, the orange Iron Knuckles did roll up in experience, but it's not quite enough. Dang. It's too bad for him. I guess he's gonna up and A out of here. Yeah.
Yep, can't spend the time to continue there, not against MiRai.
Oh, that was that's interesting. MiRai is going to be checking past this fairy block here, which we know is not going to lead anywhere in particular, and he's already got life 4, so he's not taking very much damage from these tin suits.
Yep, so that's going to take him a little bit here.
Yeah, so he's going to get more experience out of P1, but I think he's actually going to up an A when he gets to this dead end, because he doesn't want to have to cast Fairy twice to get back through here. I don't think he's going to be able to, so he's going to up an A and drop
he's
this
on his
experience.
last life, so yeah, that'll be it.
Maybe he can get the 660 in the next room or 2.
I'm not sure there can't be that many rooms left in this P1. This next room might be the last one.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't see what the entrance was like on Patrick's Pass, but I assume this is P2.
This is 5, actually. We saw somebody hit the statue earlier.
Oh, nice.
So this is just I'm here, I hope to never come back to the West, let's beat it. Play Patrick.
So close. Oh, he should not... Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That wasn't a 50-50. This is P1. My mistake. But if this was a different palace, he could have maybe come in and back out of the room and...
And MiRai realizes that he is a bit stuck.
Yeah, 2 rooms in a row that require Fairy to get through. He wants the... Oh, maybe he can kill the bubble. There we go. He wants a level.
Yeah, he is trying to kill the bubble and hoping it gives him enough experience. This is always feels bad when somebody's killing a bubble for a level.
What? 70? That's enough. Definitely enough. Yeah, it rolled up. Oh, you're not taking it.
Right, what? No! I mean, I guess the bubble respawns, but boy, this is enticing for MiRai.
Yeah, it's going to take 2 more, and there's not much he can do to influence the bubble's trajectory in this particular screen.
Pretty much just RNG.
Although I think there's some unicorn heads in the next room, so he can kill this bubble and then go in the next room and kill like 1 unicorn head or something, and then he can get that level. Raw heads, sorry. Oh, but we're gonna do the bubble again. Man.
Yeah, and if MiRai loses by like a minute or 2 on this, well, this might be it.
Yeah.
Because this will be nice for the extra level, but especially against the runner of Patrick's caliber, this could be a costly 2 minutes or so spent grinding for this level.
Especially since it's only life.
Attack. Yeah, it's only life, yeah.
Life doesn't help you go faster.
And MiRai shaking his head. I think he was hoping that was attack.
Well, if he gets past 660 before the boss, he can get attack there, attack 4, and I think he will. I think he will get past 660, unless he skips the enemies. He might be feeling pressured for time after
he's killing
wasting.
the enemies, so he wants that level.
Okay,
and glove block at 5, so we're leaving.
Oh man, so yeah, Patrick didn't want to have to do this, but he's gonna have to come back to the West later.
Unless our gloves in 4.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly possible. We know it's not on the desert tile in the east. Patrick doesn't know that yet. Isn't there 1 more palace on the west? Okay, we going east now, boys.
Yeah, it's P4 on the west. I actually am not sure if Reflected's castle.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
But also, now that he knows that P5 is glove blocked, he might as well just go look for the glove and come back later for both palaces.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he might be hoping to get to Maze Island to get the glove, because there's not many more
Maze
spots
Island
on
or
the
that
east.
grass tile, or that desert tile that he hasn't seen yet.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it. Alright, we got some orange Lizalfos that are being a little bit laggy, but he gets 400 experience out of them.
That's not bad at all.
And
Now,
I don't...
I believe the desert tile was up north somewhere, because MiRai found it, and I'm fairly sure he didn't go through the crater, but I don't know where it actually was. Patrick is going to head south here, skipping the volcano and taking a side cave to go south.
Alright, we're gonna try to get our higher levels here. We know that the next one's gonna be a Life 5.
Mm-hmm.
Good attacks there. Oh, well. Keeping the blue Lizalfos stunned. Alright, he's almost there. Oh yeah, and he gets a 500 mark heat bag here too, so maybe he'll just skip Life 5 and go straight to attack 4.
Maybe, as hey, MiRai has found the corset on his side. And this isn't a 500 point P-bag, this is a pass-through cave.
Will Horsehead be able to stop MiRai? Fate says nay. Yeah, sorry, I misidentified that cave, my bad.
You're fine.
Oh, we got 700 experience here. Between that P-bag and this one.
Very nice. And MiRai's going to go to P4 before P5, so we'll see if he's able to clear it. As here's that three-eyed rock for Patrick. Which will be a palace.
Yeah, do we remember if
and, the entrance to the volcano is boots blocked.
Ooh. Oh, that is dope! I love it!
Yeah, right, we need a pair of boots. We can't get in there without it. That's fairly common on Caldera maps, but it's kind of it's only rare to see on volcanoes, so pretty neat.
Really
and
cool.
GP on the maze, okay, so we're not seeing that for a while.
We're gonna
see about both items.
Yeah, this is the easiest way to find glove, potentially.
Yeah, as you said earlier, this is pretty much our two freest item, otherwise we're digging palaces for them and risking a glove block for it. Now, on the other side, if MiRai finds a glove out of 4, this will be huge for him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Patrick could have beaten 4, he just kind of didn't want to.
Yeah, knowing that he had to come back to the Western P5 anyway, maybe not wanting to risk a glove less 4, he decided to just leave it altogether.
For sure.
And not entirely unreasonable, I'm also, again, not sure if Reflect is castable at Magic 2 anyhow. Haven't been paying enough attention to menus to catch it. So that
oh my gosh, there's so many encounters over here. And
sure are.
Oh my gosh, that's so rude. But yeah, I don't think a force encounter can directly drop onto another force encounter, because then you would skip it. So if the item location was there, then that would make it unretrievable. So I'm assuming that the one he was just at before this, it's pretty much, there's no chance that that's required.
Mm-hmm. Patrick did menu very briefly. Okay, Reflect is castable for MiRai. It's 43 at Magic 4, but it's likely more expensive at Magic 2. Patrick has 80 Magic points, so it's good chance of being castable, but again, haven't managed to catch a menu to know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his strategy to try to level up Magic last so that he can get as much gem abusing and stuff as he can. Not that you see a lot of it from these racers, I don't think, but it'll have some effect. But on the other hand, that means that the last palace he's going to be doing before going to GP is going to be P4 probably, or maybe P5. In which case, you know, that's on a those are separate continents. You know, he's going to have to do a lot of walking to go from one to the other.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because you have to go all the way from one end to the other of the west. And Patrick is making me really nervous here. He's kind of forced to take Life 5. He's down to his last life and has a ways to go before he gets back to GP. Does not want the game over here.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get Life 5. But, yeah, he's definitely going to up and A here at this palace. And he hasn't found any of the items yet. It could be up and left. I mean...
I think he went up left already, but he certainly hasn't been over here.
Well, there was, there's that little alcove up there with all those bridges, and he hasn't checked that out. But there's only a few potential item locations there, because there's so many bridges up there.
Yeah. He's instead going to check out this long eastern end.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rude maze island, but he's encountered so many force encounters that it's pretty open.
And he does find his first item here.
Oh,
with our boots! Okay, that's required. Very nice.
And I think the other item's going to be along this route as well, so he should be getting the next one after, like, one forced encounter or something.
It's very likely, and if it isn't, then the boots are going to make it a lot easier to check those last couple spots here.
Ooh!
And there they are. There it is. Teabag!
Oh! That's not what he wanted to see.
No, but he is done with the maze, so he can get out of here, take the cave back to the east, and keep exploring.
Yeah, and those boots make it a lot more convenient to get back.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. He hasn't yet found the desert tile. I don't remember where it is. I just know that MiRai found the desert tile somewhere on the east. I don't know if I thought it might have been the northern side, but I don't honestly know for sure.
Yeah, it would be a shame. It would be a shame if it was on the northern side, because he's just going to be missing it for a long time.
For sure, he is. Although, again, though, the volcano maps, there's only so much of the map to explore. Both sides are pretty open, so he will get back up there sooner or later if it is up there.
Chance at glove here.
Tile.
Oh, he hasn't checked New Kasuto yet either, has he? He has spell. What was that?
And he has a hammer here on the water tile.
Do we know? Oh, hammer. Okay, cool.
Which we know where Spec Rock is. It's kind of a stupid spot, but that is a check there, and I believe Hammer Black's our last item on the west too. So. Okay.
Yeah. So this. I wonder what he's gonna do once he finds the desert tile, which could take a while.
Yeah. And Karok for MiRai. He's seen a lot of this P4. I have no idea where the item is. I don't know if he found it. It wasn't a magic container and it wasn't a heart container, I can tell you that much, but I don't know what the item in 4 was, if he saw it.
I don't remember it either. But I suppose I've been paying more attention to Patrick's side.
So have I, in all honesty, but that is our second gem for MiRai. Gonna pick up whatever this level is. And okay, I haven't gone crazy. This was an item cave, hammer block not far from the start.
Heart container cave? Oh, and he's... Oh, okay. Key? That's not bad.
Not required, but it's nice, for sure.
Yeah, especially because that means he can continue with his strategy of keeping magic low for longer. He only did P1, which has, like, the fewest doors in the game. So now he doesn't have to worry about his magic, over the next palaces, which are going to be longer, and he doesn't have to worry about a key block in GP, so that's nice.
Yep, and item out of 4 is a magic jar from MiRai. There we are. So MiRai is going to get glove blocked out of 5, and that means we do have to go back to the east. Our glove is going to be either in New Kasuto, or we need to go dig one of palaces 2, 3, or 6 for it. Or actually, it could be on Spec Rock.
And Patrick is going to be using his boots to try to get into Spec Rock.
He did see it earlier. He's, I think, going to refresh his memory of where exactly he needs to take the route to get there. It was just about visible at the edge of his screen there. He needs to take a west-facing cave. I think this would probably be the one to get over there.
It'd be pretty... I mean, we know they couldn't get there earlier, but it's pretty cool that his boots are allowing him access to this Spec Rock right here. There we go.
Yeah, very sensible play for a very early magic jar.
Not bad reward, but not what he wants.
Between the two runners, we have Nukasudo Basement available now, too.
Yeah. He's had to do a lot of back and forth between the two continents, and I'm sure he doesn't like that.
No, I don't either. I mean, his route has made sense for him from his perspective so far, but it is costing him some time. MiRai, on the other hand, is going to do not a completely dissimilar route, to be fair, given that MiRai is going to have to go and, is going to run face first into a glove block here in a minute or two in 5, and then go back to the east.
Oh, interesting. Patrick is going to do 4, so he's going to level up magic. Huh. I mean, okay.
Well, with 6 jars, that's also just an extra 16 magic.
Oh, yeah, true. It's true. And he can find another magic jar in here, though he doesn't know that yet.
Nope. And if he needs to, he can always just get a level out of here. It's not like Magic 3 is expensive.
By the way,
again,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say hi to chat. I am the Sky, Night Dew, Reactor, Muck Police. Nice to see you all in here.
And there's that glove block for MiRai.
Oh, an oboe.
Has a fork, it looks like he hasn't checked yet because he's still going.
Oh, and there's Bruce jumping in. Alright, I'm hoping, for Patrick's sake, that he does find the item before he finds the boss. That way he doesn't have to escape his leveling strats.
Yeah, and also just because it would be really nice. It'd be nice for him as well just to be able to check Nukasudo on his next Eastern trip.
Yeah, if he has seven containers, that's a pretty solid check.
And Reflect is castable now. It's 81, so it is just a smidge too expensive on 5 bars of magic. For those not familiar with Z2R and magic, each bar of magic is 16 points, so 5 times 16 is 80, 6 times 16 is 96.
Yeah, he does have 6 bars.
So it is now castable. Fred, dans le chat, non, je ne commande pas toutes les Zelda, mais je suis active dans la communauté de Rando de Zelda de ZDR il y a 5 années et un peu plus maintenant. Bienvenue. I know Fred from the ALTDPR Francophone community, part of the spontaneous French.
No, it's all good. I figured that was what was going on. Right, checking.
But yes, I do in fact commentate OTR, ALTDPR, Z2R, and I recently started picking up some Z1R comms, so I am happy.
Yeah, and that's not even all the languages she knows, so...
Yeah, you haven't... here's that magic jar for Patrick. I do, in fact, speak 3 languages fluently: English, Mandarin, Chinese, and French. Mandarin, Chinese and English are my native languages. Grew up in the US, mostly, with Chinese parents, and then I learned French in school, thought it was fun, and stuck with it. I have actually never done French Z2R comms before, although maybe that'll be fun if I can convince Diane to commentate with me for like Z2R SGL finals. Maybe that'd be interesting. But I've never done Z2R French comms, but I do French comms for OTR and ALTTPR. And I've used Chinese once or twice, although there's not a lot of Chinese runners around, so that doesn't come up very much. And I do speak a little bit of Spanish. Mostly random words. I can't put a full sentence together, but I know a little bit of stuff here and there.
And Patrick speaks Reflect right in right into Karok's face.
I'm sorry, that's a really, really bad. That's a really bad pun.
That's what I do. That's why I'm here.
And Muck Police, I have commentated 1 or 2 of Marco's races in French over the years for OTR. Yes, actually.
Alright, MiRai, I didn't see what palace this was, but
This is 3 or 6 in the
3 or
volcano.
6? Cool.
Not sure which, because sorry, this is 6. I realized we saw 3 earlier in a different part of the map, so this is 6, which means that P2 is our last palace on the east, and I think it's going to be Thread Rock at this point.
Oh, cool! Those boots allow a nice little skip at the beginning. It's almost sometimes stuff happens randomly in these in these randomizer maps, and you're like, hey, that seems designed, but it's not. It's just, hey, cool stuff happens from time to time.
Now, MiRai got fire out of here earlier. I don't think he was able to get the item, the spell tower, but we do get the child for Patrick, which is our jump spell access now.
Yeah, and MiRai checked the spell tower earlier. That was just a 100-point P-bag.
Oh, okay. Actually, he did good. Thank you. Okay, missed that. Oops.
All good. Yeah, yeah, I guess I should mark the child.
And the boots, now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, true.
Which, we still don't have those boots.
Are we gonna see Patrick go for the skill pickup in here? Let's see. MiRai did it. Yep, there we go.
Nice.
And in Nukasudo, if you get an item, if you get a P bag in the either of the 2 basements, you can pick it up with your blade beam, and that's the only place you can do it in the entire game. It's just a random weird thing that happens. Oh, or if it's a jar, like a magic jar, which would be even ruder than a P bag. Now, Patrick still hasn't seen the desert tile, so he's going to be unable to enter that that 3-eyed rock so far, which is a bit unfortunate for him.
It is. I believe that's going to be P2 at this point, and, yeah, that's gonna bite a bit for sure on his side. MiRai is looking through P6 here, hoping to find a glove. We are confirmed a glove in a palace at this point, because between our runners we've seen all overworld items.
There we go. P5.
Oh, there's that desert tile. That's
no wonder he didn't find it.
That is a bad spot.
You might say it's a bad spot. I'd say it's a good spot. It reminds me of Chrysalis. There's a you go to this hidden valley in Chrysalis, and it's pretty cool. I like it.
I've never played that game. Maybe I should do that at some point, but
yeah,
I've never played it.
Give it a shot. It's really good.
Unfortunately, I also have 10 million other games to play and commentate and new things, so...
Yeah, the only weird thing that might throw you off about Chrysalis is there's like 1 or 2 parts in the game where you have to level up past a certain point, and it's not really very clear to you that you're supposed to do that. But other than that, it's a really well-designed NES game.
Good to know. Yeah, I know. I've heard a fair few things about it. As we are Barba now from MiRai, who I don't believe he's found the item out of 6 yet.
No riding the dragon today, but he doesn't have jump yet, so I guess I'll forgive him. I love the derpy Barba emoji.
That one is pretty funny, yeah.
I don't think MiRai found the item in here, and we know he's got it. He should be looking.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he needs to find a glove, and he knows he needs to find a glove, he knows he needs to find boots. It's not unreasonable for him to continue, and he is doing exactly that. As we are into P2 now for Patrick, which was in fact under 3-eyed rock, and I haven't gone nuts, yippee.
Alright, since we've got a couple people in here that I haven't seen too much of in the Zelda 2 races that I've commentated, for those who don't know, Barba is just a different translation of the same name as the enemy in Ocarina of Time. So, just different translation system between you know, the 80s and 1997. So it's the same boss.
It is.
As
It's
Volvagia.
Volvagia. Yep. It's I think I'm not 100% sure about Japanese, but oh hey, Glove and P2. That is mark that and the flute for Patrick. That's go vote for him.
Well, that's great for him. He's basically going to stop looking for items now. Oh, and he's also got the key, so...
Say that, yep.
I don't think
Patrick,
MiRai has that yet.
No, because that was in Spec Rock. That was Hammerlocked on the West, and MiRai doesn't have his hammer yet because that's on the that's on the water tile, locked behind the boots in the maze, which MiRai hasn't found yet. So no.
Dog dude, come on, Barbara, let's go part that. Nice.
Volvagia is, I think the thing with Volvagia versus Barba is I'm not 100% sure about Japanese, but I know that in Mandarin Chinese, the V sound does not exist.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely...
W, but it literally doesn't exist in Mandarin, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar for Japanese, so translations get interesting sometimes.
Yeah, there's no V in Japanese.
And it's shared as well between Japanese and Chinese that the L sound in English versus R is also an odd one for translation. So that comes up sometimes.
That's right. Yep.
I'm not thinking of any immediate. So like Volvagia, that's why there's that L in it versus Barba. Come to think of it.
Yeah, that's what that is. And like you said, with there's no V, so they just use B instead. And then, of course, all Japanese sounds, except for what we would call an N, have to have a vowel after them. So, depending on how you translate it, you know, you could omit that sound if you think that sound is kind of suppressed a little bit in Japanese. Like, some people say des, you know, instead of desu. But, so there's different ways you can translate it, and you just sort of end up with different English spellings.
Yeah, and then there's also the fun thing for Chinese is that like it's sort of the like French and speaking about French and Mandarin, the two languages have virtually no overlap. They're completely unrelated from a linguistics perspective. There are some little fun things that are shared. Like nasal vowels are very common in Mandarin and in French as well, but are basically non-existent in English. Which my French accent confuses a lot of people because it's not your standard French accent. One of the things is that nasal vowels, so on, as well, which are all distinct sounds, although that might not come through the mic very clearly. Or like the sound U, so like Yuki, which I suppose how do you pronounce as Yuki? For a lot of American English speakers, but my brain defaults to Yuki, which is a slightly different sound. It also does not exist in English, but does exist in both French and Mandarin.
That is interesting, yeah. I would find that difficult.
The U sound, which again, I don't know how clearly it's coming through the mic because Discord and my mic not being the greatest, but U is kind of more of an E sound than U that American English has. It's one of the littler things that I don't usually mix up my languages too badly as we are back into, I think this is piece 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which has a red jar.
Oh yeah. MiRai's in P3, I think, right? Oh no.
MiRai's in 3, Patrick is in, this...
5? It's gotta be 5, right? I don't think we've seen purple on MiRai's side.
No, this isn't 5. This is 2, okay. 2.
Oh, he already beat 2, though. Why is he coming back in?
No, he beat 2 earlier. I am a...
It's all good. we were having a...
Patrick is in a palace. Oh yeah, this has to... MiRai's in 2, and this is... Oh, this is 6 is where MiRai is. Oh, no, this is 3, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Patrick was in 3, after all. My bad, okay, I just misidentified Windows for MiRai.
It's okay.
I haven't looked at the thing in a while.
But yeah, back to the language discussion. One thing that comes up sometimes is, like, I commentate a lot of OTR, and one of the songs in that game is Prelude, Prelude, which I guess is prelude or something like that for you guys. My brain automatically defaults to prelude, the French pronunciation. Bad case of French bleeding into English. I don't do it too often. Chinese is more common for mixing up languages. There's little funny things like prelude. The U, that U is also an U sound again in French.
Yeah, I say prelude, not prelude. You know.
Yeah. For me, that U sounds more natural, which did one thing, bit of another. But anyhow. Back on topic, though. We've been going off on tangents because we know where everything is and there's not much to talk about. MiRai has beaten P6. Yes, that needs to be updated on the tracker. Thank you for reminding us, Muck.
I will say, for an English speaker, the pronunciation of Japanese is pretty easily. There's only a few things that you gotta learn. So Kiyuki, if you got time on your hands, there you go.
I'd like to take some more formal. I'd like to get myself a bit of a more formal Spanish education at some point. I know a lot of random words. Living in the US, you tend to pick up on a thing or three, and I did watch some English-Spanish TV shows when I was little, so picked up a little bit of that here and there.
For sure. Pick up all the languages.
But I kind of want to at some point, if I have the time and the money, to enroll myself in some formal Spanish classes and turn into something a little bit more formal than just really random vocab. MiRai getting his glove out of P2 now, so that's good for him.
Excellent. Yep, Patrick is now in 5. Oh, sorry. I think I missed MiRai finishing a palace.
6.
6. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, he hasn't been to the maze yet, so he hasn't found GP. He hasn't cleared P. He's in 2. P3 is also over here. He hasn't cleared that just yet, and then obviously P5's back on the west and glove blocked, which he just got the glove. Patrick going through that glove blocked room now on his side. We'll see how long this 5 is, because this is our first time really looking at 5. We saw like 10 or 12 rooms maybe in here earlier, but there's still a decent bit of palace left, so it might be a while before we see Guba.
I have the feeling it's going to be a short P5, though. That's just what my instincts tell me.
We'll see here. One thing I need to remember to look for is how much Thunder costs, because we are getting to the point of the scene where we need to think about that. Well, it's probably not castable for Patrick at Magic 2, admittedly, but more for MiRai at Magic 5.
Yeah, Patrick's getting ready for the big gem abuse.
Absolutely.
He's got max attack for this flag set. Max attack is 6 here.
Yep, it is 688 level caps in these flags.
Yeah, MiRai's got something against attack levels.
And MiRai is, however, on Helmet Head, so he's going to be placing his 4th gem, so they'll be tied up on gems now.
That is true. They are going to be tied up on gems, but I think Patrick does have a bit of an advantage here.
He has the advantage in exploration and in items. MiRai still has to go to Maze Island for those boots. And that any key might also help Patrick out a little bit here.
Yeah, especially if there's like a key block in GP. Unless that was like a flag that MiRai asked for to exclude
it's
those.
odd, because we were talking about that earlier.
Okay.
Alright, and MiRai has now found his GP.
And he is going to be leaving.
He's going to go clear P3, Palace, yeah. He's going to clear his palace. He's going to go clear P3 here on the southern side before he goes in. 92 magic, but 91 thunder at Magic 2 is castable for Patrick, surprisingly.
Wow, okay.
That's actually, and on the other hand, unfortunately, it's still 91 for MiRai. Ouch.
That's terrible. That's just rude.
That is rude.
Muck Police letting us know that, yeah, those do appear. He saw one yesterday. The key blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Swing! Just one more palace until Patrick can enter into GP, and he knows where it is. And I remember MiRai didn't take that long in P6, did he?
Yeah, I don't think MiRai was in P6 for too terribly long, but I think we are mostly getting a bit sidetracked by then, so I'm not sure. MiRai is going in the right direction, though, for both of his Maze Island items, so here's his
so he's going to have a much faster Maze Island.
Yeah, because Patrick last location his items on the maze. MiRai's going to skip basically is going to skip almost all of it, really, which is going to be really nice.
Definitely a good stroke of luck for him to help pull back some time. So we're gonna have a closer race very soon.
He actually doesn't even necessarily need the dudes, I realize, because we could come into Volcano from the north, but it's nice to have for him. I think he was hoping for like an extra magic jar, maybe the any key, something that would make this game a little nicer, because 91 Magic Thunder is just a rude game.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, does Patrick have jump and MiRai doesn't? I might have missed something on the tracker, but
so because MiRai cannot get the child. It was in the old lady's basement, and MiRai only has 6 stars. So
yeah, okay, there we go. So that's gonna be an advantage for Patrick and GP. The jump spell.
Is MiRai never got the hammer out of water tile because he obviously just got the boots, which need to be tracked.
Yeah. I thought okay.
And that 7th magic jar was in Death Mountain, so
makes sense. Yeah, so in GP he's going to be without that, which is going to be a bit of a disadvantage there. GP is actually it's very strange. Like, you don't really use jump anywhere else in the game, and then when you get to GP, there's a lot of rooms that you don't necessarily need jump in, but it's very helpful. Like the waffle rooms, there's a lot of very dangerous, very long jumps that you can just barely make without it. And there's like another room that it's either that or fairy, so if you want to preserve your magic, jump is nice.
Yeah, and MiRai is also never getting the 5th magic jar, I think, because it's buried somewhere in P5, I believe, according to my notes, and by process of elimination, and we're not getting that. But yeah, jump definitely not a spell. It's almost never required. There's some weird edge cases occasionally, but jump virtually never required, but very nice to have. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And Rebo down for MiRai, so he's up to 5 gems as well, and just needs to go be a Gooba for him.
Yeah, I mean, jump can be required in terms of, like, you can be blocked off by a jump cave, but in palaces, I don't think there's actually any rooms that straight up require jump. Because you have to be a little creative to do that.
It's like 1 or 2 rooms where if you have the any key to go into palaces but not fairy, there's a couple dumb spots, but otherwise, it's very unusual. Here's Barba, by the way, for Patrick. So yeah, not like a 3-room 6, but not terribly long either. It's not too bad.
And if I'm not mistaken, MiRai just picked up the hammer. I think I saw that out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, I think so. Water tile wasn't terribly hard to find.
Oh no. Okay, that's... Ooh. Yeah, see, you can recover from being knocked back into lava like that if you cast fairy. But then you get soft locked. So it's out of the frying pan into the fire sort of situation if you cast fairy in here. Well, I guess you're not soft locked. You can always voluntarily get yourself killed as fairy. Oh god, dude. If he dies again, he's gonna have to do this whole palace over again. Cast Reflect or something at least. So what Reflect can do is, normally you just need it to reflect Farrock or the Wizrobe's beams. But you can also use it to block attacks that you can't otherwise block. Like these fireballs that come out of Barba's mouth. And also stuff like attacks from enemies with maces that they throw, or I think even in melee combat you can block them. So if you just happen to get hit where your shield is by Barbara, it'll block that attack. But since Barbara throws so many fireballs, it's not gonna happen that often where it saves you, but it can save you. But there you go. That's P6. Glad he didn't die again for his sake. Meanwhile, MiRai is looking for Boss Guma. And hopefully he does find that soon so that they can both be in GP at the same time. And now Patrick is making good on his gem abuse, getting all those magic levels at the same time. And he's not... He could theoretically get another magic level before he finishes up... Oh no, he's going to want it up in A because he's on his last life. So he's going to drop that.
Yeah. Patrick is just going to come back into Darunia, grab jump. Or no, he has jump, right? Or he's getting jump, yeah. Got down stab earlier. And right magic refill while he's at it. MiRai's still looking through P5 here for his Guma.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he picked up the child. He never picked up jump. I forgot. I didn't remember seeing him in there. He did pick up upstab. Did he get upstab?
Not sure that he ever bothered. No.
I guess he's hard gambling on no upstab required. It can happen where you do need it. And
yep, there's a couple rooms in there that do require it, and one can be upstab skip, the other cannot.
Yep. He's like, no sir, I'm not getting that. He is up against MiRai, so MiRai is a very strong runner, so he must feel like he has to, make up every bit of time, but in my opinion, upstab is extremely useful in small ways. Like, it'll save you a second here, 2 seconds there throughout GP.
And Guma here for MiRai, very nice fight. And he's going to be off the GP as well.
Yep, slipping into Guma's hitbox like that. It's more difficult than it looks. So very clean fight, and he's going to go GP as quickly as he can. Not going to be picking up jump, because he's going to have to go really far out of his way to do that.
Yeah, he is not going to go for that child, because that would take him at least 5 minutes, and he does not have 5 minutes to lose.
I wonder if he has an extra key in his inventory. I don't think he does. Oh, I'm silly. Darunia has down stab. Patrick definitely picked up down stab. I mean, why would you skip down stab? My bad.
No, he has down stab. He doesn't have up stab.
Yeah, okay.
I am a little uncertain as to where Patrick's going right now.
Yeah. I'm sure he's...
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot that's where this was.
And he's not dropping... He's not up and ang. I think he's on his last life.
He's hoping maybe for, I don't know, a bit of extra experience, maybe just to take a look in here while he's on this life. But that was a 107.40 GP entry for Patrick.
Yeah, see, here's where I mean, like in waffle rooms, for instance, if you can upstab, it can save you just a tiny bit of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Patrick does not have upstab confirmed here.
Alright, and there's like a 50-50 jar bird in this room. He's... Why? You didn't need it. Oh, I guess he could have gotten, he could have cast life, since he does have life.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna keep trying. If you don't kill the bird or pick up the jar, it'll keep respawning. Oh no. But he's gotta off-screen it. So we're gonna go again. He is trying to be careful to preserve... Oh god. Yeah. And, not up and ang is now costing him a lot of time by doing this repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
MiRai's not far behind at all.
Yeah, 109 and like 03-ish, so like a minute 20 seconds behind. Oh, immediate T-Bird. Okay.
That... I wonder if he's gonna up an A after this T-Bird fight, because he's gonna be down on resources. Or maybe he can just hope for a clean T-Bird fight and then rent a red jar.
See here. Thunder miserably expensive. I mean, Thunder isn't going to be super cheap in these flags. I believe MiRai mentioned one of your uncomps in the last race that it bottoms out at 72, just to provide some challenge, but 91 is so expensive that you really can't do anything else when you've cast it.
I guess he's gonna get 1,000 experience from T-Bird, so that's gonna put him pretty close to his next magic level. That's kind of cool.
You might be hoping for that, as MiRai is about basically a T-Bird fight behind right now.
Oh, yeah, and I guess I forgot. T-Bird does drop a key. He's guaranteed to drop a key in this flag set. All bosses do. So even though MiRai doesn't have the any key,
he will have that key.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
MiRai?
Oh no, MiRai!
Oh, he is not happy with himself over that one. MiRai had spent most of that first bar of magic, and Thunder costs 5.5 bars of... cost almost 6, just under 6 bars of magic, so MiRai did not have enough. Was hoping for a red jar, but lost the 50-50 and fell in the lava because of the chicken that he got instead.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous for Patrick right now.
And yep.
Oh wow.
I say that.
Keep going, buddy. Don't. Yeah, he took a fun room instead of going right. I mean, it seems like he must feel like he's behind, because normally that's a very risky decision. Fun rooms are notoriously difficult, and I mean, that's kind of where they got their name. And, well, at least MiRai up an 8 as well, so that Patrick is technically ahead by a few seconds. And, you know, going right is usually the meta, so if he's not going right, if Patrick is not going right, he must feel behind. Whew, close jump, Patrick. This room right here, it's claiming a lot of lives, a lot more lives than it should be.
Yeah.
Or almost claiming in this case. I don't think he forgot to up an A. I think he was trying to get Magic 6, but you know, after T-Bird, you don't really need more magic levels.
Not really, no. He's got enough magic to work with, but
I wonder if he's going to go to the fun room again. That's going to be really telling if he does that instead of going right. Okay, he's going right. And I'm 100%... Well, I guess I'm not 100%. But I'm pretty sure MiRai's also going to go right after checking the up elevator, which he must have done last time. Oh, no. Oh, just barely... Okay, so MiRai didn't check the elevator up last time, so now he's checking up.
Yep.
Fun room, so he's saying nope.
And Patrick taking the down left here into another waffle room.
Yeah, at this point, it's a choice between going left and going left. And that's kind of...
Too much.
Yeah, you know, what I mentioned earlier about, you do want some things that are not randomized because it adds... If everything is completely random, you can't make any kind of informed choice or statistical choice. So everything being completely, totally random is actually kind of a less interesting game. So even if bosses could be loaded from the right to the left, which currently is impossible with a randomizer and the way Zelda 2 works by vanilla, it's probably still going to be kept so that you enter the boss room from the left going right. What that means is, if you're going left, you cannot beat the palace going left. So you're going left in hopes of getting to an elevator. That's either going to take you into the boss room or take you to a turnaround where you're going to go right from there. So every time you're going left, that's less of a chance that you're going to encounter the boss. So that's why the vanilla strat is just go right. Because every time you uncover a new room, there's a chance that that's going to be Dark Link or whatever boss. Hey, Trails.
Hey, Trails. Ooh, this is not a friendly waffle emoji room to get stuck in. Both runners in this same room going from opposite directions.
Yeah. He is taking this emoji room very... Ooh, wow. Yeah, he's taking this room very cautiously, and I can certainly understand that.
Yep. Okay, gets the bluebird down. That's good.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, yeah. He made me nervous there. If you kind of push your face into the block, you enter the hit box that's in front of you. And I've seen so many people get hit and die over and over and over again by doing that when there's an enemy there in GP. So fortunately he didn't do that. It looked like he was going to for a second.
And according to chat, MiRai found a loop, so upgrade to get back to start, and is now going to these early rooms again.
And here's one of those rooms where having jump comes in handy. Yes, it's possible without jump. Not a very pleasant experience without jump, though.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, and Patrick found that same loop. I guess MiRai realized there's a loop earlier. So that puts MiRai in the lead. He's going to take that fun room. Ooh. It is a lead, but it's like a 2.5 screen lead, I think. So it's not huge, but whoever finds Dark Link first is going to win. If the gap is 2.5 screens, because Dark Link's a fairly simple fight. Yeah, it's very cool that MiRai figured that out. I didn't see how he realized it, but that definitely was something that's put him in the lead. Of course, you know, he doesn't have jump, so there's still a lot of rooms left in GP. And every room where he could use jump to save time is going to be a room where Patrick can catch up. Yeah, that is true, Muck. Sure. Yes, it's very true. You need all the points to win. Yeah, that's why it's bad to up an A, because it'll bring down your experience points, and you know. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking smack. Stop talking BS. Now, in this room that MiRai's in right there, you have that lava that comes up to room level. Oh, well, okay.
Okay, that's it for MiRai. Got Dark Link here.
Oh my gosh, if Patrick didn't die in this fun room, he would have been done 15 minutes ago.
It would have, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, get your GGs in chat, guy. Oh, you're not gonna take the paperclip room, Patrick? Why?
Nope.
Why?
But that is GG's here to MiRai. Going to take game 1. This is a best of 3, so Patrick is not eliminated just yet. MiRai winning with a time of 1:18:07.
Well, not taking the paperclip room was the right choice, though. Looks like Patrick is going to finish out this race.
He's pretty close. He knows he's seen most of GP. There's not a lot of spots left.
But yeah, room level lava tends to suck you in. It's just kind of like a glitch, but they fixed that in the randomizer, and this is a slightly new version of the randomizer, so I think that change was incorporated. So it shouldn't suck players in anymore. Oh, I guess he's not gonna close it out. He's just gonna kind of end it on. Oh no,
No,
he's
he was just
gonna.
typing GGs, and then
Okay.
we are on the 15-minute delay, so they've been done for 15 minutes. But
Yep.
yeah, Patrick was just typing GGs in a quick comment before finishing it off, I guess. And that is GG's to Patrick as well, 119.31.
And answering Trails, yeah, Patrick took that fun room on his first time after beating Thunderbird instead of going right. We're probably going to talk about that when we get them into the interview.
Mm-hmm. No interview for Patrick because it's getting pretty late, but MiRai will. Yeah, Patrick was not feeling great about that because from a couple of quick review summary of race time discussion. Yeah, Patrick wasn't feeling great about missing the flute the first go round, which MiRai got, but it was kind of in a weird corner. And then that GP that left, as we are joined by MiRai for an interview. GG, MiRai.
Hello, thank you, GG to Patrick apparently as well. Very, very close finish there.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess you probably heard this. You might have been listening to the commentary toward the end there. But Patrick actually, after Thunderbird, instead of going right, he actually went into the fun room voluntarily, and he did it. But he had never up and A'd after P6, and so he was on 0 lives. I thought he was just trying to get like Magic 6 or something, but some people in chat are saying that's not what was going on. So he was running around with 0 lives in GP, and he game overed in that fun room, and then he just decided to go right after that. So if he had gone and just beaten the fun room, if he had more lives in the fun room, he would have actually cleared the game like at least 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he did say in the race room that he was keeping the experience to try to get a magic level, and then obviously that fun room was a bit difficult there. And yeah, that's right about the time that I had tuned in when he was about to walk into GP there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't wait to watch this back because it sounds like he missed the flute is what he was saying. And
yeah, because you guys both basically last location that raft. Or just about last location that raft there in DM. Then you guys went to the east, cleared out the northern side. You found the flute, he did not. Then you guys both went back to the west. And then a bit of this, bit of that. And eventually, he did take him a few trips back and forth to get that flute, because it was on the other side of that one random password cave that wasn't very obvious in a weird corner of the east.
Yeah, I did that check, right? I pushed up against the mountain when I was there, and I see a little bit of desert. I'm like, dude, is that the tile? Is that the, like, because we need the, you never know if you need the hammer or the flute, or in this case, still glove outstanding. And so, I was like, I think that might be the desert tile. Let me check that, because we'd cleared the west other than what I assume is that boulder block is the heart container cave.
It was a boulder block cave, which had the any key, actually.
Okay. Yeah, Patrick was saying that he ended up pretty much full clearing the game then as a result because he missed that flute. And so I felt my one was very long as I was doing grinds off of a bubble I was trying to manipulate the levels to get to a point where I wasn't spending, going into Palace 1 is always sort of, it's tough early on because you want a big payout from the gem, but I didn't feel like I could afford a big payout here. It was P1, P4, and P5, and I need, fair and reflect costs for... I need a Fairy and Reflect budget for Palace 4 and Palace 5. I'm not going to do that right now. At Tech 3, I'm like, we could just do one and try to get some levels in one. And that was, I don't know, maybe it worked out with the bubbles there, even though they were so slow. I would have preferred a fast bubble to grind off of. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It seemingly all worked out, though, and getting the keys, some extra keys in 4 and stuff like that, allowed me to get the Karok with still. He wasn't, the item was deeper in, I think, than the boss was. And so... Yeah,
it was a magic jar.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's what it said. It was a multi-level elevator at the top left. It was the item room, and he was at the bottom right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, Palace 5 was Palace 5. It was glove blocked, and I was like, okay, well, off to the east we go. And I'm thinking to myself, if Patrick just went east, the boots didn't seem to be here. so couldn't do water tile, and I don't have 7 containers, so he's probably not going to have them. And maybe spell was the answer to get to the tower, and I was like, oh man, I should have maybe grinded that out early to get a castable spell, but no, it was just a bag. And so when I went south, I thinking the maze was going to have the answer, but no, it was in Palace 2, flute blocked, and who knew that was going to play the role in this one.
Well,
Yeah,
even though you got the flute earlier, you actually, I think, entered P2 after he did, so he had glove before you, actually.
I mean, sticking around in the east, probably getting a few more levels off of the maze. I thought Palace 3 was boots blocked. I'm losing my mind, apparently. I thought it was blocked by the water, so I go into the maze.
So was I, to be honest, so you're not alone on there.
Yeah, and God forbid, like, first of all, thankfully we God route the maze and get both the drops in that far right column. And then, thankfully, it's not the hammer, because if it's the hammer, I'm going to, because I'm thinking boots, I'm required for boots. I'm going back to Spec Rock. I'm going back to that boulder block cave on the west. And that would have been absolutely, my goose would have been cooked at that point. And thankfully, when I walked back out of the maze, because I was going to check the water tile, I walked out of the maze. I'm like, oh, you idiot. You're so dumb. It's right. Just walk to 3. It's right there. It's free. So, yeah, that was very upsetting after everything that had occurred. So I seemingly walked in a little late to GP, but I guess I lucked out because he did an up and A, and Magic 6 didn't bring down Thunder, still 91, very pricey.
Yeah, and I mean he was approaching the experience for Magic 6, but that was after he beat T-Bird and got his 1,000 experience. So
yeah,
I mean, having a higher magic level would have, it would have been a refill in the middle of the palace, but there's not really a whole lot of casting of Thunder that you need to do inside GP. So
yeah, I was with Thunderbird being like 3 rooms in, that 50-50 jar that was right in the room beforehand. I see Thunderbird. I cast Shield to get through the first Waffle Room, which takes my 96 magic down to 86, and I can't cast a 91 Thunder. So I back out of Thunderbird's room, and I try to get the jar a few times, and I'm like, man, I don't want to play this game, so we just take a dip in the lava. And then, of course, I have to use all my magic to cast Thunder on Thunderbird, so I'm down a life and an entire magic bar. I'm like, okay, let's just up an A. If I lose because I up an A, who cares? I'm down way too many resources because I don't have jump, and this palace might be terrible. So I'm gonna need all shield and life casts maybe that I can get.
Yeah, and you did mention something earlier that I did want to comment on. You God Riding Maze was, I think, another sort of area where if you didn't, the results would have been different, because he certainly did not God route the maze. He full cleared the maze, unfortunately for him.
I mean, yeah, that was nerve-wracking thinking that, that was going to be, again, incorrectly assessing that P3 was boots blocked, and just what a way to, if that was the way I lost, what a way to lose, and sheer luck, just absolutely sheer luck in this one. I mean, you seemingly both made mistakes, and I'm glad it was close and we all converged at the end, but man, I don't know. Nerve-wracking upper bracket races here. Doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, you guys both did a great job. Obviously, you're not gonna have perfect routing, unless you're doing some kind of routing. What was that? Routing
Royale.
Routing Royale, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of just stumbling upon the perfect routing is pretty low. But you guys both did really well, all things considered. Honestly, I would say that you started out at a little bit of an advantage, then Patrick had the advantage after that. But there was one palace that you did much faster than him. I forget what it was. Do you remember, Star? Was it 5?
That's a great question. I do not remember anymore. Might have been 5. I've commentated 2 seats back to back. I have no idea.
Yeah. I was a little worried about my memory as well. And going into this, I hadn't eaten anything up to this point. I had a few bites of a cold piece of pizza, and I was like, okay, let's try not to be starving by the end of this race. Just need some minor brain fuel.
Yeah, I had to get a snack in between races myself. I'll be getting proper dinner afterwards.
Coming back to the palaces, Palace 2, I don't know, there was a left and there was a right, and it was literally just down right, one room over, and it was the glove. And I had gone left at first, so I cleared all of 2, including, up to that glove block and stuff. And so I felt also that was a huge waste of time on my side. So if he went right when he first went into 2, that glove was, easily accessible, and then he just would have found the glove block and got through there and saw Helmet Head a whole lot sooner than I would have. Otherwise, palaces, I don't recall. I mean, P5 wasn't that open. It was like just hold right to a dead end. Then I backed it up, went down and right to a glove block. Then I up and aided and I went left to a dead end, which was several rooms to the left. But at that point, I just knew that it was just right down right in Palace 5. Maybe after that there was some. Oh, there was some Palace shenanigans after that glove block in 5, which for some reason I thought Guma would be a lot sooner. But thinking about it now, yeah, I really didn't see much of 5 before the glove block, and so that makes sense that there was so much space back there. Maybe I'll have to watch the race, but maybe my 5 was better, but I felt like my 5 was still pretty sizable.
Might not have been that one, but I do remember there being one palace that you cleared pretty quick compared to him. But you guys both had funny stumblings in Palace 1, specifically related to experience, so that was fun seeing you both kind of do that.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. Again, having 4 and knowing that you need a budget for 2 spells, and maybe there's a container in 4, or maybe there's that glove in 4, or maybe there's a hammer that opens up that boulder block and the spec rock while you're still in the west and stuff like that. So you go into 1, it's easy to clear. We all know that, but I think going into 5 early would have, at this point, it would have been a waste of time. But if Guma's deep, right? If Guma's deep and you end up getting game overs on Guma because you're just kind of under-equipped for the fight, that's, I think, more detrimental than wasting some time in Palace 1. I don't know. It could flip around though. It could be an easy 5 at that. So who knows? Anyway, GG again to Patrick. Seeing him go up left there and then take the death in the game over, I'm like, man, that was it. That was the answer.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was very surprised that he decided to do that, but it would have been the right choice.
Yeah, up and left this time. At least the loop wasn't too bad in the other direction. I did opt to up an A afterwards. I don't know. I was low on health. I got the jar before going down. I got the jar out of the statue head before going down the elevator, and I was just, I don't know, I don't know. I should have picked the jar up in case it wasn't a loop, but I didn't, and that would have been kind of embarrassing because I finally got a jar on the first hit out of a statue. But yeah, ended up being a loop and I just up and aid. I see that he had jump, so child out of the basement was the answer there. That's why I went back and checked the water tile after getting the boots off the maze and thinking, if this is the child, I might get jump because you got to pass right by Darunia there. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll get this. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. But then when I walk out of the maze and I see that 3 is accessible, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And I'm just I don't know, man. That maze, because in my mind, I'm thinking that if he sees the maze, he's going to go to the palace and just clear around the palace. So I'm going to just go the other way. Let's just go the other way. And it just absolutely worked out. But like you said, 90 seconds of difference between us here doesn't have to work out. Clearing the maze and full clearing that would have easily been over 90 seconds worth of time. So that could have been the death sentence right there.
Yeah, it was definitely a close enough race that that it was very exciting. So I appreciate you guys putting up a good show for us.
Yeah, I'm glad it.
Was a good watch.
Yeah, even with the mistakes, glad it came down to being close here. Too bad GP wasn't a little bit beefier.
But it's not the end. You guys still have another race ahead of you, or 2.
Yeah. First best of 3 in the tournament here in the upper brackets. Nobody's being eliminated, even if they end up losing this particular series. We get knocked down to the lower bracket, going up against either Obo or the winner of the previous race. If anyone hadn't seen it, I'm sure there might have been some discussion up to this point, but I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't seen the previous race between Jay Coper and Trails. One of them moved on, and they're going up against Obo, and the winner of that would go against the loser of this series. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm done gabbing. This is very exciting. I'm sorry, Star. I've cut you off numerous times. I apologize, Star. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just saying here. Yeah, good luck on your next match against Patrick tomorrow. And GG's again.
Thank you.
Any last thoughts from you, Nightcrawler, before I take us out of here?
No, just glad we had a great race, and I'm glad that we had a lot of wonderful viewers jumping in here and chatting it up with us, and enjoying the race. So thank you all very much for joining us, and thanks for Speed Gaming, for allowing us to do this.
Absolutely. So the next match between MiRai and Patrick will be tomorrow. It will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, which will be on one of the Speedgaming channels. I don't think we have a channel assignment yet, but keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, we'll also have the losers semis match between the winner of Cooper Trails from earlier versus Oboe. So keep an eye on the schedule for when that gets scheduled. If you want more Zelda, if you want more randomizer action on this Speedgaming channels, there's all kinds of everything going on right now. I know, for instance, there's an Ocarina of Time randomizer match bright and early tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. There's Zelda 1 randomizer, Area of Salo, Crystallis, all sorts of everything. And if you want more Z2 action besides just SGL, we also are in semi-finals of the Upstarts tournament, and you can check out the schedule and more information on that over in the Z2R Discord, linked in the chat. But that's going to be pretty much it for us. Thank you again to our runners, Patrick and MiRai. GG's to them both, and we'll see them again tomorrow. And thank you to Nightcrawler for joining me on the comms tonight, as well as doing our tracking. Have a good night, everyone, and see you next time.